Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, Albertans learned a new Orwellian phrase, voice mode. Apparently, voice mode is how the health minister and senior staff avoid creating VoIP traceable paper documents surrounding their decisions for both Alberta Health and AHS, and by extension, avoid being open, transparent, and accountable to Albertans. To the Minister of Health, if you stand by your actions and characterize them as being governance rather than interference, why the attempts to keep them off the public record by using voice mode?
Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much for this question, Mr. Speaker, and I'm very happy to answer in voice mode. We are on the public record, Mr. Speaker, but there's times where there certainly needs to be a dialogue where you can get much clearer outcomes and you can have the back and forth necessary to have a conversation. And some people like to communicate that as voice mode. I say, I'll give you a call. Whatever it is, certainly it's important that we have an opportunity to have dialogue, respectful conversation, and that doesn't prevent anyone from putting things in writing after the fact, Mr. Speaker.
First supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, evidence-based decisions can't be made after voice mode because there's no evidence. Yesterday, we established the Environment Minister eliminated independence of AMIRA, an arm's-length review agency for the environment, by interfering. We heard the Tourism Minister requires permission for people to talk to MLAs from agency boards and commissions. And now we hear about voice mode at AHS. To the Premier, is making government less open, less transparent, and less accountable part of the change your government brings to Alberta?
Mr. Speaker, our government is committed to greater openness and transparency. Absolutely. There are a number of forums within which that has already happened. The All-Party Committee on Democracy and Accountability and Transparency, something that frankly never existed in the previous 44 years. That is a wonderful open forum for us to move forward on a number of these important issues, and we will continue to do so because we respect the right of Albertans to know about what's going on in Alberta.
Mr. Speaker, the All-Party Committee will be documented and not in voice mode. Mr. Speaker, the government is currently reviewing all agencies, boards and commissions, which we think is a good idea. One of the main focuses, of course, of agency boards and commissions is to provide independence from political interference to protect the public interest. Again, to the Premier, do you plan to gut independence of all ABCs so you can voice mode your way out of any accountability and transparency?
Well, the irony of that, Mr. Speaker, is that many of those agencies, boards and commissions, by actions of the previous government, are actually exempt from the very rules and regulations that would make them more open, more accountable, and more able to be reviewed by Albertans. So it's very ironic that he would suggest that by eliminating any of them, we'd be reducing that. Nonetheless, what we are actually doing is we're going to be looking forward to how we can get costs under control, get a little bit of connection between what the public service is earning and all the friends and insiders and many of the ABCs created over the last 4 decades, and instead work on behalf of Albertans in a...
Thank you, Honourable.